Okay, so one of the more difficult tasks then that they ask us to do is want to import the fish. Okay, importing the fish is no big deal, but sometimes people get stuck around how to text wrap and how to flip it. Because one of the things we want to do is, where is it? It says flip it. Wraps around the test. Left flip. Yeah, flip the image so the head faces to the right. Okay, so pretty simple, not that hard. They want it to go here after landings. So I'm going to go to Insert, Pictures. Okay, I put the picture on my desktop, so here it is here. Here's the fish that we want. We go to Insert. Okay, so pretty big. It's not under landings anymore. So let's figure out the size that we want. The size that we want is resized to a width of 5 centimeters. Make sure the aspect ratio is maintained. Okay, so let's go back to our fish, okay? Now, if I actually click on the fish and I get the border like that, okay, I get this Format tab. If I click on that Format tab, I can now change the height and the width. They don't specify for the height, but the width, they definitely want it to be 5 centimeters. Okay. Once again, if you guys have inches, if you just put in 5 and then cm, it'll change it to centimeters. Okay, so there she is there. She's disappeared, or sorry, she's gone up there to under landings. That's where I want it to be. But I also want to wrap the text, okay? I can do that by double-clicking and selecting wrap text on the photo itself, or I can go up here while I'm in the Format tab to wrap text, and I want it to be tight, okay? And that looks great so far because they show us on the test. They want it to look something like that, okay? Text around it, wrap tight, great. Last little tricky thing I want to do with it is they want the head not to face left, but they want it to face right. So once again, when I'm clicked on the photo itself and I am in the Format tab, if I select Rotate, okay, and if I flip it horizontal, now the face faces to the right. Okay, I'll just save that because that's the way I want it. Okay, now the next big tricky thing is creating these house styles. Okay, let me go back to my test. Okay. They will always ask you in the newer tests how to do these house styles. Okay, let me show you how to create house styles and what they mean. So we'll go back to our document. Okay, if I go into Home, I click on Home. Okay, and I can see up here all these different styles. Okay, well, if I click down here, it will actually expose all of my styles. Now, in my test, it says that I want to create the following styles. It says create the following house styles and apply them when necessary. So first thing I'm going to do is create this house style of JJ subheading. It's going to be a serif. Don't forget, serif isn't a specific type of font. It is just a style of font in general. So for example, Arial. This is a sans serif font because it's not fancy. Okay, Times New Roman is a serif font because it's slightly fancier. It's got little dibs and dabs after the endings of our letters here. We'll show you again what that is again. Okay, so I will go back. I'm going to go back here. I'm going to create a new house style. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is create the new house style of JJ subheading. Okay, so once again, I'm in Home, click on the styles, I do create a style. And then I click on the Modify button. So the name of the style, I want it to be JJ. Linked paragraph and character, sure. Style based on normal. Doesn't really what it's based on. I don't need to worry about that. I want my font size for this to be 14. I want a serif style font. My favorite one is Times New Roman. So that Times New Roman is a type of serif font. And I want my alignment to be justified. Or sorry, no, I want my alignment to be left. Okay, so that's the left justified. This is center. And that is, oh, sorry, that's the lines. That's single line. I want my center to be left. Yep, so there it is there. I'll click on that. So that is left. Oh, yes, I also want it to be underlined. I want it to be bold, okay? My line spacing is single, great. Now, if I need to do anything else, like space before and space after, because I'll need to do that, for some of these, I click on the format, and then click on paragraph, and here I can change indentations, spacing. For this, it says the spacing before is 0, and my spacing after is 0 as well. Okay, so I will select that. Okay, then all of that is good. I'll hit OK. I'm going to create now the JJ body, so I'll keep going. Oh, sorry, let's just do that to normal. Okay, so now I want to do the JJ body. Okay, create another style. This one's going to be called body. I'm going to modify it. JJ body. Once again, I want a serif font, so I'll do my old friend Times New Roman. The font size, I want this to be 14. So I got 14. I want the alignment to be justified. That's my justified there. I want my enhancement to be none, so I don't want it to be bold, italic, or underline. I want my line spacing to be single. Great. And I need some spacing before, so I go to Format, Paragraph. This one I want my spacing before to be 0, spacing before to be 0. I want my spacing after to be 10. Okay. Oop. Okay, so I will just type 10 in there since I can't get it to go by clicking up and down. Okay, the last one I want, I'll click OK, so that saves that. Okay, then the last one I want is JJ table. So here we go. Create a style. This one's going to be called table. Okay. Modify. JJ. This one again, I want to be Times New Roman. Now I want the font size to be 8 for this one. I want the alignment to be left. I don't want any enhancements, so I don't want any of that. Single lines, yes. And I'm going to make sure that my spacing before and after for this, they say is 0 for both. So I will just put in 0. That, click in, OK. OK, then they'll ask you to do a screenshot. Okay, so if I want to do a screenshot of the ones that I've created, they're right here. Create a JJ table, JJ subheading, JJ body. You can see down here, okay, wherever my cursor is, once I click on, or once I select these, it changes the style of the fonts that I have where my cursor is. Okay, I'm just going to go back to normal, because that's what it is for most of this stuff. No, sorry, it's not normal. It is, let's go back. Yeah, that looks great. Okay, that's the way it is there for that. Okay, so the next thing they do is they say in the test, create the following house styles, then apply them where necessary. So for all my subheadings, I'm going to apply the JJ subheading. And then they say, apply JJ body to the last paragraph after the landing subheading. Okay, so I'll do that. Okay, and the JJ table I will do to the table. Let me do this. I'll do the JJ table first, so then you'll see how it's applied and what it will do to my table. Okay, so go back to fisheries. All right, here's my table here. Okay, as I can see, it's split. Okay, and it says, fit it on one column. Okay, so I will select my table by putting my cursor there, where it's the solid cross, solid black cross there. Now I will just go into my styles, okay? And I'll look for my JJ JJ title. Where is it? Hold on. I'm just going to put this on pause and try to find it. All right, guys. Sorry. I just had difficulty finding my JJ table setting. Okay. So, as you can see, so if I want to apply that JJ table setting, okay, I click on my table and I can go into my format styles here. Normal. Okay. See, as I click them on, they change the style of my table down here. Okay, go up here. So I'm going to click on JJ table. That's one that I want. Okay, that's one that they told me to create, and voila, it has fit the entire table to fit into one column. Okay, do the same thing for the subtitles. Okay, so yep. We would just apply for the subtitles, we would select them and then go here and find our JJ subtitle style and apply that to the subheadings. Okay, I think that is it for the tricky parts of the Word portion. Okay, that's it then.